And now, broadcasting live from the Darkroom Studio at Craven Community College, it's In the Know.
Hey everybody, and welcome to In the Know. This is the show we do hear from the campus of Craven Community College. I talk sometimes I use my mouth when I'm on a show, and I say words and I don't know what they are until they come out. My name is Craig Ramey. I am one of the hosts of this show, but I don't do this by myself. Making sure we're covered here when I don't know how to talk is my friend over here to my right. Who is this? She's here, I promise. There she is.
There it is. Hi, good morning, everybody. Megan Johnson. So glad you're here with us today. Wednesday, what's the date?
We don't know the
16th.
date.
I'm sorry. It's Wednesday, November 16th. And we are so pleased to be broadcasting here from the New Bern campus, Craven Community College, Public Radio East, In the Know Darkroom Studio. That was a mouthful.
It's a lot. But we get a lot done in here. That's why.
We do.
Right?
We want you to leave happier, more informed, and in the know.
Yes.
That's our goal.
So, yeah, we do the show here every week. We thank all of you who watch our show either live or on replay through Facebook or on YouTube. And we're also very thankful to the folks who help keep us on track.
We do. So we'd like to throw it to the booth because we've got a handful of folks in there today. Say good morning, y'all. There's Zanetta.
There's a whole crew in there.
Eli.
Right.
Oh, there's Danny. That's our future guest.
Yep. So Danny will be joining us on the show in just a little bit. Danny Batten from Surf, Wind, and Fire, but he's also going to be talking with us today about Beary Merry Christmas.
Very merry. And also, I didn't. You cut me off. So Holly's back there too. Say hi, Holly. Wave, Holly.
Holly refuses to wave. She
She
hear
can't
us.
hear.
Yes.
All right. She smiles anyway. So anyway, we're just so glad to be back here today. It is lunch break for a lot of people, so we hope you are watching. If you are and you want to share something, please throw it in the comments, and we'd love to kind of, see what you have to say or answer
or just post a comment to say hello.
Yeah, one of my kooky questions that may come out. And we got a lot of fun trivia stuff today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have kooky questions?
I always have kooky things.
All right.
That's a good word, too, by the way. Isn't it kooky?
Yes. Well, it's the Addams Family, right? They're creepy and they're kooky. Mysterious and spooky.
I didn't go there, but that's very good.
Right? That's what I always think of when I hear kooky. I think of the Addams Family.
The Addams Family.
Da-da-da-da.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We regress.
But it's just fun to sing.
We're done with Halloween.
We are done
with
Halloween.
Which is kind of, I think, of with the Addams Family.
Yes.
And we are moving on to our next holiday.
We're rocketing toward all the next holidays.
We are. It's going to be coming fast and furious. And do you like the holidays, or do you settle down? Do you rush to put up your Christmas tree? Like, are you the day of Thanksgiving, you popping up the Christmas tree? Because there's already trees and lights on in my neighborhood.
No, I do not like to have the Christmas tree done during Thanksgiving because I usually have to travel a little bit during Thanksgivings, or there's food that needs to be coordinated and travel. I don't want to deal with all that. I'd rather come back, and usually I'll do the Christmas tree on maybe the Sunday after Thanksgiving or the following weekend.
So Christina Bowman Murray, friend of ours, right? She's in the foundation. She said to me the other day, she asked me when I was going to put my tree up. I'm like, girl, I don't even have, my summer wreath is still on the door, okay? So she said, yeah, baby Jesus should just not be next to the turkey. I just thought that was perfect.
Yeah.
Don't put up your manger when you still got, turkey leftovers.
I'm still hung up on the summer wreath. I haven't put out my summer wreath yet, so I'm way behind.
No, mine's still on the door, but it's yellow, so I'm kind of hoping
so
that the neighbors aren't too critical.
But, so I live in Trent Woods, which is where everybody does the Canterbury lights, and it's very pretty there. So I love that happens every year. But people are starting to put up the Christmas balls already.
Yeah. Well, that is such a treat to drive through. I mean, it is one of our neighborhood's beautiful highlights for the season. So.
It is. Well, I like walking through it as well. Since I live there, it's much easier to do that. And then they do the Jingle Bell Trot from Bangor. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's a little 5K they do that you can run through all the lights. It's beautiful.
And now we've got the sidewalks and stuff, so you can go out and prep for that. Speaking of running in the dark, were you running last night when I could have been coming home around 6:30?
No.
I saw somebody with all kinds of flashy stuff on their socks and reflecting stuff on their shirts, and I thought, I can't really tell that's Craig, and I'm afraid to honk.
No. Well, you should still honk.
Oh, no, I might scare them.
Yeah, but just so they know that you see them. It'll make them feel more comfortable and safe. But usually I will not run after the sun has gone down because I don't trust the ground to be free of obstructions or pine cones or something I'm going to slip and turn my ankle on. So.
Well, then that kind of limits you unless you're getting up early in the morning, right at sunrise.
Or you go to the gym after work. That's what happens for me.
So that's the winter challenge.
It is. Yeah. Once the clocks turn back, which we have a clock in our studio. I was up on a stool earlier getting us back on track.
Oh, good.
But yeah, once that happens, it's dark when we get off of work. So then I start going to the gym instead of running outside. But there's literally nobody watching this who cares about my gym habits. I'm sure.
I'm just glad it was, Anyway,
Yeah.
So, but they may not even care about this next thing I have to say, but it's a fun trivia thing. This is definitely my little PSA for today.
Oh.
Today is international, not national. I usually do national.
So we're going worldwide.
We're going
today.
worldwide. So today is, I did put my, what do you call it? My share for the today, I did it public, so it'll go worldwide, right?
Yes.
It will.
Yes.
It says global, so, Today is International Check Your Wipers Day, your windshield wipers.
Okay.
So, look at you do have the graphic. That's awesome. So now this is one of the other things. They kept using, we talked about acronyms last week, the FHWA. Do you know what the FHWA is? Because I had to look it up.
The Federal Highway
Yeah.
Wipers Association.
No, just administration. So this is the day that you're supposed to go out and do a regular check on your windshield wipers. According to the FHWA, Federal Highway Administration, about 21% of all accidents in the United States are weather related. As travelers plan for road trips, it's important to remind them to proactively check, not protectively. We're going to be protected.
Put on a lot of safety gear when you check your wipers.
A lot of PPE for checking your wipers. The visibility is an important factor in driving in poor weather conditions, rain, snow, and ice. We don't have rain. We won't have snow and ice for a while around here, if at all. But Michelin has done a study that says 92% of drivers agree that poor wiper blades can affect their driving ability. However, 90% of drivers do not plan or take the time to check their wipers properly. So we all say it's a problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we don't do it.
I don't think I've ever checked my wipers. It's always, I see that they're not doing what they're supposed to do, so then I just buy more.
Correct.
I don't really know how to check wear and tear.
And they broke it down. If you go to their website, it was really kind of cool. It talked about the average life of a windshield wiper. I'm kind of the same way. When I have the old minivan, Toyota minivan, and so the back
waves.
Yeah, the back wiper on the back window. When I started seeing rubber hanging, I'm like, "Ooh, Gary, we got to get a new windshield wiper back there." So,
well, see, I like to think you're just covering more ground that way, right? When it's wiping around, you're getting that coverage, but then the loose pieces
don't think
knocking
it was
out.
Doing absolutely anything. But that reminds me, is this the International Check Your Wipers Day is very important because we are about to kick off and head on to family to visit for the holidays and things like that. So check the air in your tire. Cold snaps change the pressure in your air tire, right? So which also changes your fuel economy. So make sure you're doing some basic maintenance on your car as we have changes in weather. So Netta's laughing at me. And I understand that, did you know that the Over the Hills and Through the Woods?
To Grandmother's House we go?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you know that that's a Thanksgiving song, not a Christmas song?
No. Why?
It is.
Why? Prove it.
I can't prove it right now.
Facts.
We can prove it. Somebody else can chime in and say,
Okay.
oh, it's true. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, that's also Thanksgiving. That is not Christmas. People use it. I'm just saying. Challenge the music teacher.
So did this happen because people started pushing Thanksgiving and Christmas together?
No, I think that people, especially us, we associate snow and horse sleighs and that kind of stuff with, Christmas time. So
you're saying there was a time when Thanksgiving could be sleds and snow?
Correct.
And horses?
Yes, especially up north. They're expecting 4 feet of snow in some parts of Northeast.
Oh, well, then
they can have it.
Then get in your sleigh and go to Grandma's house.
Yeah, exactly. Because you ain't going to do it if you got bad wipers. But hey, throw it back to Zanetta. She's got something really cool that she took to our auto mechanic course, and I'm saying that title incorrectly. Can you challenge? Help me on that one. You're just making me
Yes,
sink.
no,
I'm
no,
dying
no.
over here.
Yeah. So for people who don't know, we do offer degrees and diplomas and certificates in auto technology.
There you go, auto
right?
technology. That was the word.
So if anybody's interested in pursuing that, of course, we are actually enrolling for spring now. That's officially opened. So if you want to start classes with us in the spring, you can certainly come and do that. But part of what they do in that program is they occasionally will help people with making sure that their cars are, they help them with the maintenance that you were talking about as far as like if you're going to go on a trip or something like that, just take a look at it. And sometimes they will do small repairs as well if you buy the part, and then they'll learn how to do it by doing the labor. But in either case, since we knew that today was International Wipers Day, Zanetta actually went down to the area of our campus where we have that and talked to one of our students about changing out wipers. So that is currently on our TikTok now, but we're going to get a little preview of it right now. Yeah.
Check Your Wipers Day. I'm here at Craven Community College as part of the automotive program. What we do here, we work on student cars, try to fix them up as best we can, factory specs, stuff like that. Today, we're going to be checking wipers today. So, wipers are pretty plain and simple. They just got the arm right here. All you're going to be doing is just checking the blades right here. Just seeing if it's cut at all, flapping a bit, and if they're not, then it should be okay. Now, take them out. That depends on what kind of wipers you have. Now, these suckers are kind of tough to get sometimes, so bear with me just a moment. All right, just like that. So we don't want to leave this hanging, that way it don't come down and crack the windshield. And all you're going to be doing right now is just checking, like I said, checking the blade, see if there's any tearing at all, see if it's flapping, and from the looks of it, this wiper's good. So all we're going to do now is just stick it back in. Try to pull up and make sure you hear the click. You should be good. Here at Craven, all we're doing is, if you just bring your car in, we should be able to check your check engine lights, see if they're ready for winter, if you're trying to go somewhere, check and make sure your oil's caught up, tires are good, alignment's good, stuff like that.
That was great. And what was that student's name again, Zanetta, do you recall? He said it at the beginning. But anyway, so we have that on our TikTok. I keep pounding the table, and it makes a lot of noise when I do that. Like I'm an angry judge in a courtroom or something. But yes, we have that on our TikTok now, so we do encourage folks to follow us on TikTok there to be able to see that. But also, Megan's grinning at me again.
I am. So I don't know if you heard it in the background, Zanetta. There was some music playing. Did you catch what it was? Oh, brings me back to roller skating at the roller skating
don't
rink.
say. We'll see if anybody was paying
roller skating rink
closely as
time
well.
back in the 70s.
So if you heard the song in the background, you let us know. But yeah, so while that video was playing, of course, we were joined by our guests today. We have Danny Batten from Surf, Wind, and Fire. Hey, Danny.
Hey, Danny.
Hello.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good to see you. So I know you're going to be on the show today talking with us a little bit about Beary Mary and all the fun things going on downtown.
Yes.
And I think some of what Megan's talking about is like upcoming holidays, and maybe some of these things tie in together as well. So,
and if they don't, I'll just interrupt anyway.
Yeah. You know, and as I was watching the video on how to change my windshield wiper, there was a quick little shot of the skating rink down at Union Point Park. I think everybody noticed that. Yeah. So that's new for this season.
Oh, I didn't know what that was. I thought, I don't know. I didn't. It's a little blurb that came up.
Yeah. So,
cool.
but that's a slide of one of the things that Danny's going to talk about, right? Yeah.
Fantastic. Very good.
Were
Danny, are you ready for the holidays coming up?
Yeah. I own a retail business. It's the best time of the year.
But you're in retail, you actually have to start getting busy thinking Christmas in late June, early July.
Well, actually, I just came back from Kansas City at a big merchant trade show, and we were buying for Christmas of 2023 already. So
wow,
we're usually well a year in advance. 13, 14 months in advance.
Wow.
So, we're already picking out, so we know the trending colors for 2023.
Can you share? Is it a trade secret?
No, it's not a trade secret. It's not a trade secret. But interesting.
Not that I'm trendy, because I'm
No, everybody's trendy where they realize it or not.
Oh, I just trend.
But one thing interesting about our side of the retail industry, we're in the outdoor retail side, and it's very outdoor retail. You think of outdoor athletics, rock climbing, kayaking. But it's actually, the fashion is very trendy, and it has been for a long time. And numerous times I've been at trade shows, and there will be like the Ford Motor Company will have a group there, GMC will have a group there, and they are there trying to figure out what the trending colors are for the next season.
So your outdoor clothes can match your next vehicle?
Our outdoor clothes, yes. That's the point I'm making. Wow. In fact, it's so trendy in outdoor apparel that a lot of times will lead the fashion trend for the coming season. And so, little tidbit that people don't realize.
So
I'm so not on trend.
No, so Danny is the most fashionable person sitting at the table right now.
Not really, but if you want to know the trending colors for a season, just come in the store and always look at the Patagonia rain jackets, and those will always be the trending colors.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. I just like picking the color that makes me look good on camera.
Well, that's good too. Although the trending colors, when you go buy apparel, probably you're buying the trending color.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So your shirt has a little bit of orange in it. So last week I was trying to be, again, kind of in the fall colors, and I wore this kind of pumpkin spice color cardigan set. No, Megan did not look good in that.
It is trending though. The pumpkin colors are very trendy right now.
Yeah. It didn't. It did not come off well on camera. Yeah. So I couldn't pull it off. But I did. I just know better.
Okay.
So
have you noticed that more and more people are starting to be walking around downtown just for the holiday season? Have you seen it picking up lately? People are already starting to do their shopping and
Yes.
Yeah.
Now this is going to be a weird year. It's going to be a weird season. And so we've seen a lot of visitation in downtown and a lot of retail growth, like the purchasing of consumer goods have really just gone through the roof over the last 20 to 24 months, probably as a result of the pandemic. I mean, the pandemic has been kind of a strange dynamic for the entire world. But we are definitely noticing a leveling off of that. So there has been a rush while people had more free time on their hands, there was a rush to buy more consumer goods. And that trend will not last forever.
Sure.
So we've already noticed a leveling off. But there's still a lot of people out Christmas shopping. They're not last year they were shopping extremely early, September, October. I think this year they're probably going to wait a little bit later. But we're starting to see some of that.
Yeah.
Well, there has been a lot of big events, that over the weekends leading up to the fall, like with the MS run, and then last week with the Trail to Try On, and then the March of 22.
Yes.
I mean, it's like with Mum Fest, it seems like there's been the, even last weekend with the Christmas tree. So there's just been the Capitol Christmas tree coming.
Yeah,
so there's been a
like
lot of activity.
Once you get into
people.
Late September, there's something happening just about every weekend, it seems like.
Yeah. September, October seems to be the festival season for every small town across the United States. October is always the best weather month. Really, no matter where you are in the world, October is just a nice month to get outside because the weather is usually pretty nice. So every town, including New Bern, is going to cram every festival and every event they can within that month. So that's why you see a lot of events. But it's great. It's great for our town. It brings in lots of visitors. It's great for our business. So I say party on.
Yeah.
Bring on more festivals.
That's right.
I would say more of that is about really kind of where Beary Mary and having events downtown started, right? It's about creating something that people want to attend, particularly around the holidays with their families, that not only gives them memories of Santa and Christmas, but also walking in and out of shops that are downtown and in and out of restaurants downtown.
Yeah, it's we started Beary Mary, I don't know exactly when, 10, 11, 12 years ago, somewhere in that ballpark. But we have some pretty good data. We're always trying to find the metrics so we can measure our success. And the metric that always seems to work is how many people visit the Santa house, how many families visit the Santa house. And that's hard quantitative data.
Yeah.
And and what's really interesting is that data, we'll have really big Christmas season, then it'll dip down a little bit, and then we'll have a really big Christmas season. It might dip down a little bit. My business, my holiday sales, the revenue we generate during the holiday season, follows that track perfectly. And so it lets me know how important it is for us to have events and to bring people downtown, because my business is only as good as the town is. And so it's incredibly important to us. Yeah.
So are you saying you have data that's like by the day? Like if the Santa house is popular that day, your business is up that day, or is it?
It's
more
not by the day;
season?
it's by the season.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
over a 10 or 11 year period.
Okay,
yeah.
I see. Yeah.
And if just so people have a visual, if you're looking at where Santa's house is in that alley, you're literally to the right, the first door on the right.
Yeah,
Your business.
yeah, absolutely.
Bear Plaza.
Yeah, Bear Plaza.
Yeah.
And of course, Beary Mary started off the season with the not so spooky Beary Halloween celebration.
That's right. That's part of our events. Yeah. And we're guessing, but it's a pretty accurate guess. We're figuring this year that we had somewhere between 6,000 and 7,000 people in our downtown. 2 years ago, we decided to close the streets, or what we call open the streets for pedestrians, because we just felt it was safer. And looking at the crowd this year, there's no way we could have pulled this event off trying to put 7,000 people on our sidewalks without opening the streets. It just would not have been safe.
Yeah.
So, I know our store alone gave away about 2,300 pieces of candy.
Oh, wow.
And then every kid came with 2 or 3 sets of parents. A lot of them had grandparents, because it's just kind of a fun event.
Yeah.
And we had 50-some businesses participating, including City Hall. It's the first time that the city manager actually stood out in City Hall giving candy, and
that's awesome.
and he loved it. And he promised that for next season, he'd never been there for the event. He couldn't believe there were that many people. And next season, he said that he wants to decorate the town, kind of make it a little more spooky.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Well, I noticed that when I was downtown this past weekend, they actually started stringing the street lights over across from the city hall and that kind of stuff. They had the little booms up so they could get the lights starting, getting it pretty, getting it ready.
They're getting there.
Yeah.
That's all important.
All the little ropes around all the light posts and stuff, so it's good stuff. So will you, the businesses downtown, will any of them be open on Thanksgiving Day? Will they be opening up early, late, or are they going to jump in for Black Friday?
Well, there are a number of restaurants that are open for Thanksgiving Day, and if you want to enjoy one of those restaurants, I'd recommend getting
a reservation.
Yeah, right away, because they do fill up,
Yeah.
including my family. Sometimes we don't want to really prepare a meal, so we will go downtown to eat. But as far as retail stores, I've never seen any of the retail stores open, although I've wanted to for years. I would be open on Thanksgiving because I just enjoy it. Usually I'm in the store in the
Getting it
afternoon
prepped
anyway, getting ready for Black Friday, and it's amazing how many people they come downtown just to stroll, or they're eating downtown, and it's amazing how many people come and look in the window, and I'm like, well, if I'm here, might as well open the store, but my wife forbids it. She is just like, you will not open that store on Thanksgiving. So we open 362 days a year. There are 2 days that my wife will not let me open that store, and one is Thanksgiving and one is Christmas. But
Good woman.
yeah,
She's a keeper.
She's a keeper. Yes.
All right. So speaking of Thanksgiving, I'm gonna detour. Let's go back to the holidays. You ready?
Okay.
So I found two articles about the most popular Thanksgiving side dishes by state. Okay. Now in our house, we don't need a turkey. I mean, literally, I'll do it because it's traditional. But when I ask my family, what do you want? It's side dishes. And I tell them, I will make whatever you ask, whatever your favorite. I won't stop. So, I will literally have like this plethora of stuff.
At Thanksgiving this year, they decided that we're not doing a turkey at all this year because fewer and fewer people were wanting it. And the amount of work going into it for the amount of people that actually wanted to eat it just didn't make sense anymore. So we're not going to have it this year.
I am going to have it. I found the smallest one I could find. So that was a whole turkey, not just a turkey breast. I found a little tiny side ham, which will probably be like breakfast, lunch stuff, before dinner. I'll probably do some like ham biscuits or something like that. But what would be your favorite side dish? If somebody asked you, what am I cooking for you? What would it be?
Usually mashed potatoes. I'm pretty simple. That's my favorite.
Do you put gravy on them?
No.
Just salt and pepper, butter.
Yep.
How about you, Danny?
I just love this kind of this sweet potato. I think everybody's family does this, like the sweet potato casserole. You know,
Yep.
it's
You put
kind of like a
marshmallows
whipped
on it or no?
potatoes. I don't. It's not the marshmallows. It's when they put like the pecans and the brown sugar and then it's kind of a meal but a dessert at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't be making that.
Yeah, that's really good though. But
No,
it's
it is.
like you're cheating with like a little bit of dessert. And
I just love it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it.
Yeah. So sweet potatoes are liked by 2 people in my family, and that's a lot of casserole to make for 2 people.
Just for 2 people.
Yes. So let's see. Americans all agree on celebrating Thanksgiving that mashed potatoes are their favorite side.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah. Whether it's
very boring and basic.
Whether it's
You're
continuing
normal.
family traditions or starting new ones with unique sides like mascarpone whipped potatoes with rosemary oyster stuffing, cranberries relish with walnuts, allergic, bring fresh flavored side dishes. When you gather with family, this is interesting, when you gather with family and friends, make the meal even more delicious. But they said offer to bring something. So if it's a big potluck, or even if you get invited, ask your host or hostess, what can I bring to provide, and don't come empty-handed, even if it's family. Okay?
So bring something.
Bring something.
Okay.
So America's top Thanksgiving sides, you named it. Number 1 was mashed potatoes. What do you think is second, Danny?
I would think like some kind of cranberry relish or something like that.
That's number 4.
Oh,
Yeah, but the
Number-
cranberry relish with pecan sounds good.
Huh?
That's what I was
So
thinking too. Yeah.
green bean casserole was Eli's, and it's number 6.
Mac
Yeah.
and cheese.
So mac and cheese made number 5.
Okay. We're
Sweet
working our way up the
potatoes was
list.
number 3, Danny.
Oh, we're close.
Oh wait,
Getting
hold on.
closer.
What are we missing?
Well,
Stuffing.
Stuffing,
Yeah,
yeah.
stuffing.
Okay,
Yeah.
Stuffing is 43% of the people said stuffing.
Stuffing or dressing? Which is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, it's the stuffing because it's supposed to be stuffed inside the bird. But
Okay.
yeah.
But it's the same thing, right? Isn't that one of those
Yeah, I think
things
so.
where the words used
Yeah.
interchangeably? Okay.
Yep. Now this one caught
You have
me
to
off.
put it in the bird.
This kind of caught me off color a little bit. So my kids did ask me to make my cornbread. So that's on here. It's number 8. Baked potato. Have you ever had a baked potato for Thanksgiving?
No.
No.
No,
Maybe
never
the
had that.
Friday after when you want a steak, But
That's on the list.
that's on the list. 31%.
Must be regional.
It could be. This is ready for the next one. Corn on the cob. I mean, corn, yes, but corn on the cob
Yeah, I'll have corn on the cob.
for Thanksgiving?
Why not?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you normally though?
I mean, it depends.
Because corn on the cob's more of a summer. That's
Yeah.
That's when
or
they
it's
harvest.
the
Yeah.
dried corn that's decoration and the what is that thing called? I know what it's is. It's got the horn and all the stuff's
The
coming.
cornucopia?
Cornucopia.
Yeah.
Very good. The next one, which has been requested from my family, Brussels sprouts.
I love Brussels sprouts. We're having them this year. And horseradish carrots. That's one of my new favorites. It's been
Ooh,
added to the
interesting.
Thanksgiving dishes. Yeah.
Butternut squash.
Eh.
No gourds. Collard greens.
No gourds. Okay.
I love collard greens.
Yeah, me
I mean,
too.
I grew up on collard greens, so
I don't know how to cook them.
well.
And they
that's-
smell. When you get
Not
started,
as bad
so.
as like turnip greens. Turnip
Okay.
greens can really smell, but
really smell.
Yeah.
Collards.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite dishes to make is grits, like the Luke Wire grits, the stone ground ones.
Yeah.
And then top them with vegetarian collards and then some sort of a sautéed fish, usually a snapper if I can get it.
That sounds
Oh,
great.
that does sound good.
And then if I can, I'll make a little
Maybe he'll invite us next
a
time,
little
Danny.
I hope so.
beurre blanc sauce made from Crystal hot sauce. So it's like
Blanc.
a little bit of heat, but a buttery sauce. Beurre blanc.
Beurre blanc
Yeah.
with your French accent.
Yeah.
Beurre blanc.
Beurre blanc. Have some beurre blanc.
Correct. All right, this one would not have been made our list. Peas. 28% won peas. So I think we have a slide, don't we, Zanetta, on the top turkey producing states. Do I have that one? Did I give that one to you? This is really kind of
It's
cool.
got to be North Carolina. It's got to be
North
up there.
Carolina's number 3. Oh no, this is different. This is the favorite places. So North Carolina, sweet potato.
Yeah.
This is who produces the biggest. You can see apples and sweet corn up there in Washington.
Okay.
Idaho potatoes, Iowa for field corn, Brussels sprouts from the fields of California.
Right, so Minnesota has the turkeys.
Minnesota has the top producing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So number 1 top producer for turkeys is Minnesota. Number 2 is Arkansas. Number 3 is North Carolina. 4 Indiana, 5 Missouri, and 6 Virginia. So that she doesn't have that slide. That's just here on my paper.
Right.
But can you imagine how many?
I'm thankful for logistics, so I don't have to drive all over the U.S. to get those things.
How many heads of turkey? Well, turkey heads. That's probably not measured by head. How many turkeys do you think North Carolina produces yearly? Zanetta's looking at me funny because I said that backwards. How many do you think we produce a year, North Carolina?
How many turkey heads?
Turkey heads, just the heads. We're counting by the heads. Bonk, bonk.
6 million.
More.
Oh, is it? I was thinking 5 million.
30.
30 million.
30 million turkey heads.
30 million turkey
Okay.
heads.
Mostly in Duplin County, I'm sure.
I don't know. Anyway. Oh, there's one more. She's got another slide up there talking about sides. And I didn't know this was a thing for people, but some people don't like their food to touch. Mm-hmm. And so do you have the slide? So Campbell's has actually come up with a side plate. Do you have that picture? Oh, you don't have that picture? Oh, shucks. It's got dividers in it. It's round, and it has all the dividers, so you can keep all your sides.
Like a prison tray?
Kind of, or like the
elementary school.
Elementary
I think
school.
our cafeteria.
But it's round, and it was brown. But anyway, you can go on Campbell's, the official Campbell Soup website, and you'll see that picture.
I don't know about y'all, but I'd pile everything onto my plate. It's impossible for it to not touch. By the time I'm in at the end, like every bite is 4 things.
It doesn't matter to me. Like it tastes just the same.
Yes. Yeah. So, and of course, they're famous for their green bean casserole, which has also been requested on the Johnson family list of things. Only by one person, but it is my spouse, so I shall cook it.
So you'll make it. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very good.
I don't think I've cooked green bean casserole for, 12 plus years.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'll have some of it. You save some for me.
I'll save some for you.
Okay.
I got the little onions crisps to go on top and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
So everybody always complains that you don't let Thanksgiving happen before you bring in Christmas, right?
Well, at this table, I think we agree with that. Well, not this one. He's got to sell.
but so we have given Thanksgiving its time. We have talked about Thanksgiving.
So you're saying we're moving on?
Now it's time for us to talk about Christmas.
But tell them why we're doing that, because sadly we are not going to be on the air next Wednesday.
We will not be. Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure that the 21st we got everything Thanksgiving and shared our excitement for that today.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it wasn't like I was a week early. It's because we're not going to be on air next week.
Oh no, I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm saying today we've had Thanksgiving.
We're done.
And now we're having Christmas.
We have sectioned it off.
Right.
We're done. My sides didn't touch.
Yes. So the day after Thanksgiving is when things really kick off for Beary Merry Christmas, right?
Called Black Friday.
Black Friday. Yeah.
But isn't the tree lighting, is that going to be that weekend?
Yeah. So the Friday after Thanksgiving, which is a week from this Friday, there will be Christmas tree lighting. The Christmas tree, in the last few years is located at Union Point Park. You have pictures?
We got pictures.
You do have pictures. And so that will take place around 5 o'clock. And I think they'll have music down there, and there's a huge crowd, and the official Santa will be there. And then they'll do a small parade from there.
The Santa will be there.
Yeah. Santa.
The official Santa. Yeah. That's right. Exactly.
The tree lighting's fun. That I think is the first time you and I ever really hung out was when we played a little concert at the lighting of the
that's right.
of the tree.
That's
right. Yeah.
And at that point it was up the street a little bit.
Yeah.
And so from there around 6 o'clock they will do a small parade into Middle Street at Bear Plaza, and they'll have music, and I'm sure some city official will make some kind of announcements, and then they will flip the switch in Bear Plaza, and all the lights will come on, and the snow will start blowing. And we have a new contraption this year that we got the idea from Busch Gardens, and it is it creates a smell of Christmas trees, of Fraser fir pines.
Okay.
So there's it's like an aroma machine.
Aromatherapy downtown New Bern.
So that is our new purchase, and that will be installed for this season. Yes.
Okay. And just at Bear Plaza with
just
the
at
snow.
Bear Plaza, okay. So when you go into Bear Plaza, you'll have snow, and you'll have the smell of Fraser firs.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty
And the
nice,
Santa
right?
house.
That's awesome.
And the Santa house and all the lights and tons of kids.
Because there's
Next
always
is gonna be-
decorations in
next
Bear
year it's gonna
Plaza
be
too, not just the
peppermint.
house, but the little lighted, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is usually out there, and
That's
Frosty
right.
the Snowman and all that stuff.
Is the stage going to be set up across the street from
It will be.
for more music?
Yep.
Okay.
That's right. And so what a great event. when I was a kid, we didn't have anything quite that fun.
No.
Our town had a little Santa house, but that was about it.
Yeah.
I don't think mine did.
And I feel really fortunate that I was able to take my son when he was at the perfect age for that too.
Right.
When we moved to New Bern and started seeing that come up, and I've got every photo of him sitting in the Santa house with Santa and going out and playing in the snow, and when they've had the snow slides and the music and all of it.
And you think about it, like he's never going to forget that.
No.
Like the longer time passes, things become more nostalgic, and by the time he's an adult, he's going to have really great, fond, nostalgic memories of this magical Christmas in downtown New Bern. And so that's something we can create. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's also, it's great as an adult too. Like I'm glad my son has been able to enjoy it, and the kids love going down there. But also like just being an adult walking through the snow too, because we don't always get that in New Bern and Craven County.
A lot of the stores around there and the restaurants will be open. And I know I would stop, and the kids and I would get hot cocoa, and there might be a special cookie, and be able to take it out in the street and then kind of just walk around. So all of that will be going on as well. So it's always fun.
And we're adding an additional night. So the businesses will stay open till 8 o'clock on Thursday nights, and we'll have an additional hours for the Santa house, because we do have some problems trying to get all the kids into the Santa house. And so there is an online reservation system. So it really helps if they make a reservation. You can walk up and put your name, basically stand in line. They don't have lines anymore. They'll take your name. It's like getting a table at a restaurant, and then they'll buzz you when it's time for your Santa visit.
Your time.
Yeah.
That's
No,
fantastic.
I did not get to enjoy that.
No, that I think
Technology is good.
I think that happened last year for the first time. And, I remember the lines were ridiculously long.
I got lucky on them because I was downtown enough to where
you could
find
time
it when it was short. Yeah.
And there's going to be some Santa helpers, some elves down there to help guide
Always.
families.
We actually have a new employee. The first time we've really hired somebody for the season to do nothing but manage the Santa house and manage all the elves, and so that's going to be a big help.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Other events that are happening with Beary Mary that we should talk about. Well, there's the one big one that's new this year that we saw a little glimpse of up on the screen a second ago, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Can we see that slide again, Zanetta? Yeah.
There's probably a lot of people in town wondering
What's the structure?
It looks like they're corralling horses,
yeah,
right?
It does, yeah.
So there you go. That is going to be. They will bring in the synthetic ice. If you guys have you guys ever skated on synthetic ice?
No. I've just busted my tail on real ice.
Well,
you can bust your tail on this too.
Yeah, you can. So there's kind of these big white plastic, very low friction synthetic ice, and they snap together, and a lot of hockey leagues use it in the off season to practice, and it really does feel like ice, like it mimics real ice. And so so normally one of the big events we'd have for Beary Mary would be the sledding event, right? Do you guys remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And we would, bring in this outside company, and they would blow snow, and they'd blow it all night to be able to form this hill, and the kids would sled, and everybody had a great time. And it would only be one day during the season, and it was very expensive. And we would still like to do it, but the company has gone out of business or closed down their business. I don't know which one. And so we needed another event. So we had contacted a company that you could rent the ice rink, and for about 10 days. And it was very, very expensive. And we were sort of getting ready to, bite the bullet and pay the bill. And then somebody said, well, why don't we look into seeing if we can buy one? And it turns out it was only about twice the price to buy it. And we'll have it forever.
2 years, you've got it covered. Yeah.
Oh, it'll pay for itself, really, in a matter of a few seasons.
Yeah.
But now, instead of running ice skating for 10 days, we can run it all winter, even January, February, when we need people to come into town to visit. So what a great thing for the city to be able to do.
And New Bern Parks and Rec is handling that?
They are.
That's great.
Exactly what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Yep, they took the lead on that. They take the lead on a lot of the events.
So I saw that little barn, the shed out there. So is that where you can go and rent your skates?
Yep, for $5.
Okay, and skates $5. Does that get me the skates and the ice?
Yeah.
For how long? Is there a time limit?
About an hour, I think. 45 minutes to an hour, something like that.
Okay.
My guess would be they're
about
not
as long as you really want to skate.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. My guess is they're not having to police that until you're
no.
done. Yeah.
I think, a lot of people probably go out and skate for 20 minutes and be like, oh, my thighs hurt. I gotta, I'm going to sit down.
those little
That'll be
walkers.
me because I've never tried it before. So I'll at least have to try it. But I'll
Have
get
you used
hurt.
that little walker? Have you ever seen
Yeah,
those?
are those going to be in the shed too? Do you know?
I don't know.
Probably not.
That I don't know.
We need a miniature size one for children and big size for grown-ups.
But that's great. That's going to be really popular.
I
this
do
year.
know I was in Denver, Colorado last winter for a trade show, and right in the heart of their downtown, they had a skating rink, and it was jammed full of people. So I think it's going to be a very popular event, especially since for the region, we're going to be the only town with a skating rink. Like, how cool is that?
It is cool.
I mean, people will come from Jacksonville and Kinston and Morehead City.
So there's a beautiful shopping center just down the street from my mom in Alpharetta, Georgia, called Avalon. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Beautiful, beautiful high-end stores and giant movie theaters, like really, really classy. And they decorate that area with just the most beautiful Christmas decorations, and they put in an ice skating rink too, where it was kind of like a courtyard before, and they close it in, and it's really neat. Very, very special. It does get you in the mood. For the holidays.
Absolutely, it does. Yeah.
I also want to make sure that we talk about the live window displays. Those are happening this year as well.
That is one of the biggest events for the holiday. It brings out tons of people.
Yeah.
And in fact, last year it brought out so many people that the city decided this year that they would open the streets for pedestrian because they felt like it was just too dangerous and too crowded on the sidewalks.
Oh, wow.
So, right now we are lobbying every business downtown to make sure they participate because we want to have a record number of businesses participating.
Well, what should we expect? Like, give me an example of one of the stores and what we might expect without giving it all away. But what
I don't know. Everybody's kind of secretive about what they because it's a competition.
Right.
Oh,
So
I
like-
didn't know that.
Right.
Yeah,
So like last year, what did you have in your shop, for example?
Last year, we have 6 windows in our store. So it gives us a lot of opportunity to do some really cool things. And so I'd say over the last 5 or 6 years, we try to tell a story. In the past, sometimes we would just have somebody dressed up and they would be in the window. But we really try to develop a story. And this year we have a story called Cowboy Christmas. And
You don't want to give all your secrets out.
well,
do you?
I don't really know all the secrets because it's the young people at the store that
Oh,
they're
okay.
writing the script and planning it. And I see them ordering like horse costumes and things.
Does Eli know all about it?
You were in it last year? Yeah. That's right. Last year we did the decades through Christmas. So there was like a 1950s Christmas and 1960s.
Eli,
And then-
what decade were you?
70s or 80s.
I was going to say you would have fit right into that one,
You fit
70s or
right in
80s,
And
not
then-
the 50s.
And then the year before that we did the search for Yeti. So there was kind of a search for the Yeti.
Okay.
And
That's fun.
Yeah.
And when they found him, it was really cute. Each window there was another expeditionary group looking for the Yeti, but then when they found him, he was he was isolating because of the pandemic. I think he was wearing a mask and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to see, and because it is a competition, everybody really tries to outdo one another.
Oh yeah, it's pretty. They're pretty serious.
Yeah, and
about
your
it,
shop
yeah.
is usually pretty good. Black Cat does a really good job of it.
Really good job.
Yeah.
And last year we won the competition,
yeah.
which is only the second time in 11 or 12 years that we won. And then before that, I think it was Carolina Creations they had won, and I'm not sure. The trophy gets passed around.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carolina Creations, didn't they do the one about like the father was deployed and coming
Yes.
and making contact with
Yeah,
them or
when I
something?
saw it, I was like, oh, they're going to win.
Yeah.
Forget it.
I heard it was a tearjerker.
Clear ours out. Shut
Yeah.
it down.
Yeah.
It was.
Go
it was
home,
good.
employees.
Go home, employees. Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, we got beat.
Yeah, I don't know if we said the date of when the live.
That is the 9th.
Okay.
It's the Friday. I think it's the 9th. I'm pretty
Okay,
sure.
so
It's always a Friday night.
Okay.
December the 9th.
okay, great.
Yeah. So December, the first week of December is also going to be really busy. So we've got the parade.
Yep.
And the flotilla is the 6th, I think.
It's
Isn't it?
usually the same day, but I'd have to check the calendar and see if it is
or
this
6th
time.
or the 3rd.
Yeah, I don't know if we
I
have
don't know.
it on
We
here.
have it.
Yeah, we'll
But
cover.
we'll cover all that when we get a little bit closer because I was looking at it also. trying
Yeah,
to figure
there's
out,
like a breakfast with Santa. There's the
and that's the big
horse and carriage will be down
Mm-hmm.
some nights. And
That's the Carolina East Foundation does the breakfast with Santa as
yep,
a big.
yeah. There's
big-
the Holly and Ivy tour, and it just
And then there's
Speaking of-
candlelight at Triumph Palace too.
Candlelight
Correct.
Triumph Palace.
And
one
speaking
for
of which, I mean, Danny, you're not just the owner of this wonderful store downtown, but you are on a lot of committees that help with the growth of the city and kind of giving a broader perspective of what direction we're going, kind of strategic planning.
Well, I'm trying to get off many of those committees.
But you have been a huge
pretty tired.
But you have been a huge part in impacting the growth that we've had down there. The expansion by 5 points, and what did you call it? The Beer Triangle,
the Bermuda Triangle,
Bermuda Triangle, things like that. So, can you?
I think you're giving me too much credit.
I'm not.
There's a lot of people who do those things.
I know that, but you've been a part of that.
I've had a voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no doubt.
And so my question is, do you see a year plan or a 5-year plan that you can kind of give us some sort of trajectory that we should be looking forward to?
Well, there are things coming down the pipe for sure, and we obviously we all know that there's the group, the Kessler Group, that has purchased the Elks Temple, and that appears to still be on track. They have not been shy about saying they are looking for more investments in New Bern, so we could maybe look forward to even more investments happening. But look, everything is subject to the state of the economy, and if the economy decides to sort of flatten, then business investment is going to slow down because people are going to be really cautious. So,
which is another reason why it's so important for people to continue to shop and eat local and
absolutely.
support
I mean,
local
if
businesses.
you shop local, then approximately 90% of that revenue stays within your community.
Yeah.
It's incredibly important. Absolutely.
And it's not, and I say this because I've got a child who works downtown at one of those businesses, just like Eli. And it's also, they're, not that's their livelihood, but it's that pocket change that those kids are looking for to help pay for gas and, to help support your businesses. So it's a bigger picture, not just to make sure that the doors stay open. It's the whole effect.
Oh my gosh. There's the downtown area is the second largest economic engine in the county, but behind the military base. So it's very, very important to the community at large. And I always say the downtown is like the canary in the coal mine or the honeybees in the field. Like if the honeybees disappear, there goes the whole farm. And downtown is usually the litmus test of how healthy our community at large is. And so if you start seeing downtown being boarded up, you can believe housing prices are going to be dropping, community development's not going to happen, business investment's not going to happen. I mean, it's very, very, very important to the community at large.
And speaking of our military base, this last several weeks that I've been down, I think I'm seeing more young military couples and families than I have in years past. So I think
I'm seeing more young people, right?
Exactly.
And how?
But they kind of stick out. I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, there's no secret that we're a large retirement community, which is great. Like hopefully we'll all be there someday.
Yeah.
But we need young families moving in, because if you think about it, who's going to buy my business someday? And it's probably not going to be a 75-year-old retiree. It's going to be a young 35-year-old family who's like, oh, I could make a run of that for the next 20 years. Yeah. And so it's important that we always have young families moving into this area. Yeah.
Well, and speaking of young families and things to do, I know we've got more community stuff to tackle.
We do have a couple of community events to talk about.
Yeah. So do we want to do this before we kind of loop back around?
So we'll talk about a few things that are happening over the next week. Coming up.
Don't go anywhere, Danny.
Okay. All right. So
we'll
coming
come back
up
to you.
On Friday, November 18th from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m., it's Exploration in the Arts. You can join our Lifetime Learning Center here on our Craven Community College campus with a special collaboration with the amazing Simon Spaulding and local blues masters Big Jim and Catherine Kohler. They'll be singing some original songs and playing guitars, some keys, and even a bodhran. I don't know what that is. Danny, do you know what that is?
Yeah,
what is that?
It's an Irish drum.
Okay, great.
They're really cool. Sounds cool.
Okay, yeah. This will be a special one-time event collaborating with some of the best that New Bern has to offer. This even will be right here on our campus at Oringer Hall Auditorium.
Fantastic. Yep. The next one is Havelock Comic-Con, Saturday, November 19th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Calling all comic book lovers. Come to Havelock Comic-Con this Saturday at the Havelock Convention Center. The event is for all ages. Tickets can be purchased online at havelockcomiccon.com. All tickets will be available at will call the day of the event. Adults are $10. Kids 12 and under are free. We like free.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that this is one of those fun events that you go dressed up as your favorite comic character.
I would guess so. People usually dress up at Comic-Con.
If I showed up without a costume, would I be sent away?
I don't think that would happen.
Zanetta just said, I don't know.
No, because people would assume that you're from some really cool, obscure comic that nobody knows, and you could totally lie about that, and they would never know.
If I was a comic, what would I be? You just opened that one up.
I refuse to answer that. No.
Danny's like, nope.
No, you're going to be flying in on your minivan, cooking up food, making side dishes and green bean casseroles for
But
everybody.
nothing touching.
Nothing touching.
Frankly, I don't care. But
and
anyway.
everything matching.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Safe. He slid in safe, Danny.
Did a good job.
He's
Thank you,
learned.
Six. Broadway Favorites and More by Mary Mickles. I think I'm saying that right. Sunday, November 20th from 3 to 5 p.m. This November, treat yourself to a show you'll never forget. Leave uplifted and inspired by the very talented blind note singer Mary Mickles. Born completely blind, Mary was blessed with a singing voice and talent that will move all who hear. Showcasing some of her favorite Broadway hits, you will leave the theater in higher spirits. This is a one-night only show, so get your tickets now. Tickets are $15, and this is at Rivertown, so get your tickets at rivertownplayers.org.
Very cool. Do you want me to do the next one, or do you want to do it?
You can do it. I've
Okay,
done that one a couple times.
And then you can add your piece, the next new
Yes, I can
piece.
do that.
The Producers, a Mel Brooks musical, Friday and Saturday, November 18 and 19 from 7:30 to 10 p.m. Join us for another entertaining show at the New Bern Civic Theater. The Producers is about a down-on-his-luck Broadway producer and his mild-mannered accountant who came up with a scheme to produce the most notorious flop in history, thereby bilking their
Yes.
backers, all the old ladies, quote-unquote. Not me. Not the matchy old lady, the other old ladies.
I didn't call you an old lady. I
That's
called you
all right.
matchy.
I called myself matchy.
Okay.
Old. Out of millions and millions of dollars, only one thing goes awry. The show is a smash hit because they like old women that match. That's why. We're just going to go with it.
The old women in the show do match.
I
They
know.
all have
That's
beautiful blue
my
dress,
point.
white polka dot
Yes.
dresses.
The antics of Max. How do you pronounce? Bialystok and Leo Bloom as a maneuver. They're you better jump in on this one. Who wrote this script?
Where are you?
Fecklessly through. I almost tripped on that one. You know that. Fecklessly through. Find a show, hiring a director, raising the money, and finally going to prison for their misdeeds is a lesson in broad comic construction, not meant for children or those that are easily offended. Tickets can be purchased at newberncivictheater.org.
Yep.
Now, you have something fun to add.
Well, one thing
exciting.
I would say is, as you know, I am in this show, and it's been so much fun to do. And there's about 35, 40 people that are in the cast. So it's the biggest production that I've been a part of, and one of the biggest ones that we've had at New Bern Civic Theater. And it's been so well accepted that we sold out last weekend completely, and this weekend sold out completely. And because we saw that demand, we reached out to see if we could get rights to do one more show, which we got. So we have added one more show to the calendar for this Saturday at 2 o'clock. So we're going to do
matinee.
We'll do a matinee. So we'll have two shows running on Saturday. And since adding that show yesterday at 9 o'clock, we've sold half the house.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah.
It's a great show.
That's
I went
fantastic.
last weekend, and it's a really great show.
Yeah.
We heard he's got really small shorts on.
Yes, he does. That's right.
We saw a picture.
Yes. Now that you remind me.
Yeah.
He had blocked that out. He didn't want to remember that at all.
It's very slapstick, because it's
Yeah.
Mel Brooks. And,
Yeah.
So I was impressed at how well everybody did slapstick, because that seems like that's a hard comedy to do.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
Very good.
And we've got some very talented people in that show, too.
Incredibly talented. Yeah.
So hurry, go to newberncivictheater.org, order your ticket. And how are they, with the digital ones, right? They doing that now?
Yep. Yeah,
No
we have
will.
either one. Yep.
Or you can go down and get them at the window.
Yeah, but we have a newer ticketing system we got in the last year. It's way easier now. You can buy them and have them right there on your phone and walk in and go sit down. You don't have to print anything out or pick anything up. You
Very
can
cool.
if you want to, but you don't have to.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right,
you
and
do
then
the
we
next
talked
one?
about this a little bit as well. So the Beary Merry Christmas Kickoff is next Friday, November 25th from 4 to 8 p.m. The magic begins at Light Up the Season in New Bern with the community Christmas tree lighting and Santa's arrival. Join us for a short ceremony on the waterfront in Union Point Park as we kick off the holiday season and parade down Middle Street to light up Bear Plaza for the holiday season. There's a lot of fun photos up there.
It is fun.
Yeah.
That bottom middle one, Danny, are they still going to have the train?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
they will.
fun.
Yeah.
Really?
And are they going to still have the giant?
Don't hold me to the train, but
Yeah, because I don't remember
did
ever
hear
seeing
them.
that.
Oh, they had it last year.
Okay,
and
I
the
didn't see
big
it.
movable light things that are going to be down at Union Point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the Parks and Rec, they do all
Okay.
that decoration.
Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah.
They love doing it.
And then there's horse-drawn carriages as well,
And
right?
there is a city employee who did all the welding for those. So we're very lucky to have. I don't know his name, but we're very lucky to have an employee with that kind of talent.
That
That's awesome.
welded all of the
Animated
light-
lights.
the light
fixtures?
decorations down. At
No
Union.
kidding.
Yeah. Designed them and welded them, and
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was trained at Craven
I
Community
wonder the
College.
same thing. I
We're
wonder
going to
the
have to
same
find
thing.
out.
Yep.
All right, you
yeah,
want
go
to end
ahead.
it? So then we're going to end with today with the city tree lighting, Friday, November 25th from 5 to 6. I would encourage you, since I participated in singing for this since before it was down at the old Sheridan at the Circle.
Yeah.
And so I encourage people to come early so you can get a front row seat. Bring your jingle bells, bring your fun antlers, your blinky lights on your necklace, all that kind of fun stuff, and be ready to have fun, really to sing along and get in the spirit. So come to Union Point Park to experience a grand tree lighting Christmas cheer to kick off the holiday season in New Bern and the month of Beary Merry Christmas. Yeah. So very excited about that.
Yeah. So we're about to wrap things up here, Danny. I wanted to give you an opportunity. If there's anything else you wanted to add about Beary Merry Christmas coming up that we should all know about?
No, just go, visit the website for the visitnewbern.com, and they have probably the best community calendar that you can find online, and all these events will be listed, and so you can download them to your own personal calendar on your phone and set reminders for
Yeah.
it. So
Yay.
you don't want to miss these events.
And that's a great point, going to visitnewbern.com, because that shows you all the events, right?
Everything.
Not just
everything.
Beary Merry, but
not just Beary
every
Merry, but
holiday thing.
all the holiday themes, and
Yeah.
even the concerts.
Yeah, and
music
producers and like all the
Yep.
shows. It's a really good calendar.
It is
They
a
do a
great
good job of seeing what everybody has posting. If people don't add it,
they work very, very diligently to make sure that calendar is extensive and it covers the entire community.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, very good.
It is. Very,
That's
very
all
good.
I've got. What you got, Megan?
I don't. Danny, we're grateful that you came down and
Well, thanks for
shared.
inviting me.
Yeah.
I had no
Shared
idea you guys did this kind of crazy show.
Well, I tagged you on my post, so now you will know.
Now I will know.
You are in the know. And if you go into Craven Community College and like us, you will get a notice when we're going live.
Okay, perfect.
That is how that works, right?
No.
No?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you got
Oh,
it. Yeah.
don't do that to
Yep.
me.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and probably a few more places. And then, we got it all up on the screen right there. Yep.
Very
And
cool.
YouTube. Yeah, subscribe on YouTube so you
And
can watch it
YouTube.
then.
Yeah, I get my dings on YouTube.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
All
That
right.
sounded funny.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what we
so
look like.
Yeah.
Great.
That's what we look like. Isn't that cute?
Yes.
So we're going to say goodbye.
Yeah, wrap it up.
And just a reminder, we won't be with you next week, but please watch the reruns and go back to some of the other episodes that you may have missed. We'd love to have you join us and make some comments. So have a wonderful Thanksgiving. We will be back the following week, and the college will be closed early on the 21st at 1 o'clock. Be closed Thanksgiving, and Friday we will be back in their seats on Monday morning.
That's right.
Which is, I think, November 28th. So if you need anything from us, please feel free to reach out to us on Monday morning, and we'll be happy to take care of you. So in the meantime, happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.